If you want a clear introduction to the practice of mindfulness and how you can utilize it in your own life, then I would highly recommend this book, Get Some Headspace. I've now finished it, and to be clear, let's just, because some people, they get confused about the difference between meditation and mindfulness, and there's a good quote that pretty much sums up the difference. So the idea of mindfulness and meditation and how they relate is not necessarily that easy to grasp. So try thinking of it this way. Imagine you're learning to drive a car. Presumably, you'd head out to a quiet country road rather than a busy motorway at first. Of course you can drive on either, but one is much easier than the other when you're learning. The same is true of mindfulness. You can use it in any situation and for any purpose, but the easiest place to learn the skill of mindfulness is during meditation. So there is a difference, but ultimately mindfulness is about really gaining the same benefits you would get from hardcore meditation. And this book, I've been looking for a book for a while now that would be an introduction to mindfulness, because it is something I've become increasingly more interested in, particularly so because of all the research the neuroscience research that's been done into it, and obviously you can actually see the physical change that happens in the brain after practicing mindfulness or meditation for an extended period of time. So I've been looking for a nice, clear, concise introduction that just presents the concept and then teaches me the concept, and this is the book that does just that. So it's quite a simple book. It's split up rather well. So obviously the introduction lays out the concept, the aims of the book, and ultimately what you'll get from it. And then really the book is mainly based around these three chapters: the approach, the practice, and the integration. And really this is how the book teaches you the how to integrate mindfulness into your life. So obviously it presents the approach, how to go about doing it, then it encourages you to practice it, and then really discusses how to integrate it into your day-to-day routine. And it really is just about taking 10 minutes out each day just to have a bit of time to yourself to practice a bit of mindfulness. And I've already started the course that this book encourages you to do while reading it. In fact, at the back we have a little diary which is provided. So for the first 10 days of the course, you're encouraged to go through and fill this out, and you can download the app from the Headspace website, or you can just use the Headspace website itself to get the meditation materials, and it guides you through the whole process, and it's a very pleasant and very enjoyable experience, I have to say. So like I said, the book is really just a testimony in a sense. I mean, you could just listen to the app and gain the technique just fine, and then subscribe to the other Headspace materials later on. But the book, on top of that, is really just testimony. So you've got the approach, lays it out, the practice, explains how to do it, and then the integration, and just giving you some tips about how to really not fail at integrating it into your day-to-day life long term. And then the last couple of chapters aren't that long. They're just bits that really couldn't really go into the first four, or these three. So it's a fairly simple book, quick read, say just over 200 pages, and yes, it's pretty cheap on Amazon. But ultimately, this is only one component of the larger Headspace franchise or experience, or the Headspace mindfulness experience. Additionally, you also can gain access to a Headspace account online, which allows you to access the meditation materials, which basically, so this is the initial 10 you'll have access to for free, They're basically just MP3s which you can either download or listen to through the app on your mobile, iPad, whatever, and you get guided through the practice of mindfulness, and you're encouraged to do it for 10 days. And then at the end of the 10 days, if it's all gone well, you've enjoyed it, and I don't know why you wouldn't, it's a very pleasant experience, you're then encouraged to subscribe so you can access the next 10 days of the course, and then the next 10 days, and then also there are additional other mindfulness MP3 techniques or courses you can access as well. Unfortunately, only the first 10 is free. If you do want to access all of these, then you have to subscribe. So these are the different plans you can choose from. I was a bit annoyed actually. I was going to go for this one, because I thought it would actually give me the option to pay $3.74 a month for 2 years. But if you select it, you actually have to pay the full amount all in one go, which I thought was a bit cheeky, and it was the same for this one. Obviously, that would be great, but I can't really afford that right now. So ultimately, I went for just a single month at $7.95, so I can finish the initial run of Headspace MP3 technique course things. But ultimately, I don't mind spending a bit of money on this because, you know, I've already seen the benefits of mindfulness. I've experienced the benefits of mindfulness, you know, from the various times I've tried it before, and now that I've found this technique, which is by far the best way of doing it, I can safely say I'm going to keep doing it. So yeah, get some Headspace. A very, very, very concise and accessible introduction to mindfulness, how you can implement it into your own life, and ultimately what you will gain from it if you decide to do so. So I would certainly recommend you to get some Headspace.